My name is Judith, and I'm 75 years old, living in a suburban neighborhood just outside Chicago. For most of my life, I prided myself on being independent. I kept my own house, enjoyed hosting Sunday dinners, and loved having my grandchildren visit for the holidays. But after a series of health setbacks, I began thinking about whether a nursing home might provide the support and peace of mind my family and I craved. Advertisements promised a friendly community, plentiful activities, and round-the-clock care. It all sounded so comforting. Yet, once I explored the details and spoke with friends who had first-hand experience, I found there were hidden dangers that no brochure ever mentioned. I'm sharing these insights not to condemn every nursing home in America, but to help you make an informed decision. The truth is, each facility differs in quality, culture, and competence. Still, certain themes seem to pop up in conversations with folks my age. Feelings of loneliness, confusion over costs, or the fear that you'll lose the freedom you once cherished. Before you or a loved one takes that step, let's talk about 6 hidden dangers of nursing homes and what you really need to know. And if something resonates with you, don't hesitate to comment 2, 4, or 6, depending on which point strikes closest to your heart. Remember to like this video, subscribe for more real-life discussions, and stay tuned for the final lesson I've learned through my own journey. Hidden danger 1. Emotional isolation and loneliness. I used to think a nursing home would be a place brimming with companionship. In reality, many residents find themselves feeling more isolated than ever before. When I considered moving, I imagined group activities and friendly meal times, but I didn't realize how many seniors sit quietly by themselves, lost in thought. This happens because a one-size-fits-all schedule can't always accommodate everyone's personality or preferences. Folks who thrive on solitude might do fine, but many of us need conversation and connection to feel whole. The problem intensifies when family visits become less frequent. Travel logistics, busy schedules, and life's complications can mean that children and grandchildren simply can't drop by as often as they promise. Sadly, I've known people who go months without a hug from someone who truly cares. Loneliness can lead to depression, diminished appetite, and a gradual retreat from social life. Before you know it, the once vibrant person is just another silent figure in a corner armchair. As loneliness sets in, the consequences ripple through your overall well-being. When you don't feel heard, you may hesitate to speak up about discomfort or ask for help. Little aches and pains can grow into bigger health issues simply because nobody realized you were suffering. Friends of mine have expressed that a quiet sense of despair sometimes overshadows their days, and the staff, though often trying their best, can't replace the warmth of actual loved ones. The warning here is that emotional care must be as carefully managed as physical care. If a nursing home doesn't offer consistent programs to encourage real friendships and genuine interactions, a resident can feel abandoned. Even a robust activity schedule might fail if it doesn't address different personalities. Are there reading clubs, music circles, or smaller gatherings where people can truly connect? If you're not mindful of these questions, you could end up in a place where the greatest danger is feeling like no one sees you. Call to action. If you believe emotional well-being is crucial, please comment 2 below. It's amazing how many of us share that same concern about loneliness. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to keep this conversation going. After all, isolation is more than a feeling. It can be a genuine threat to our mental health. Hidden danger 2. Loss of personal autonomy. When I lived at home, I decided when to wake up, what to eat, and whether to enjoy a late-night show. It's easy to take those everyday freedoms for granted until they're gone. In a nursing home, schedules often revolve around staff availability. Meals come at fixed times, lights out might be encouraged early, and even your favorite snacks could be restricted if they're not on the menu. For someone who has spent decades making decisions for themselves, this sudden lack of control can be devastating. The problem gets worse if the facility is understaffed or if the staff follows inflexible rules. You might have to wait half an hour just to get help to the bathroom because someone else needs more urgent assistance at that moment. Or you might be told, kindly but firmly, that you can't take a walk in the evening due to limited supervision. These daily limitations might seem small, yet they accumulate into a deep sense of powerlessness. When you lose the ability to choose basic aspects of your routine, you risk losing a part of your identity. Over time, this can manifest in resignation or frustration. Residents might stop asking for what they want or need because they fear becoming a burden. They also might lash out in anger, causing tensions with the very people who are supposed to care for them. The sense of losing personal autonomy can take a toll on self-esteem and mental health, making it harder to stay optimistic or motivated to engage in what the nursing home does offer. The warning is to look closely at how a facility fosters personal choice. Ask whether residents can decide their own schedules within reason, choose their meals, or have a say in recreational activities. If the focus is purely on medical protocols or efficiency, you risk becoming just another patient rather than an individual with unique tastes and desires. Call to action. If you've ever worried about losing the freedom to live life on your own terms, comment 4. Let's share our fears openly. And if these insights resonate, please like this video and subscribe to encourage more conversations about protecting our sense of self as we age. Hidden Danger 3. Hidden Financial Pitfalls. I remember reviewing brochures for several nursing homes that listed attractive monthly fees. It seemed like a good deal: room, meals, basic care, and even some activities all included. But once I dug deeper, I discovered that not everything was spelled out. Services such as physical therapy, medication management, or even laundry could be considered add-ons. Over time, these smaller fees snowballed, creating a financial burden that caught many families off guard. One of my friends, Harold, was shocked when he received a monthly bill stacked with extra charges for specialized dietary needs and in-room assistance. His retirement fund took a hit he never anticipated. While certain services may be essential for maintaining health and comfort, the real danger lies in the lack of transparency. If you don't fully understand the pricing structure, you could end up dipping into savings meant for other needs. This can lead to difficult choices like having to decline beneficial therapies or compromising on personal preferences just to make ends meet. The consequences extend beyond the wallet. Financial stress can harm relationships with adult children who might feel obligated to cover unexpected costs. It can also impact the residents' emotional well-being, as no one likes the idea of outliving their savings. The constant worry over mounting bills can lead to sleepless nights and heightened anxiety. This is why some seniors who enter a nursing home expecting a carefree retirement find themselves struggling more with finances than before. The warning is clear. Read every contract in detail. Ask about potential rate increases, additional service fees, and how they determine what counts as basic care versus extra care. Have open conversations with your family and, if possible, consult a financial advisor familiar with elder care costs. Transparency from the get-go can save a lot of heartache later. Call to action. If you've ever felt blindsided by unexpected expenses, comment set 2 right here. Share your experiences so others can learn from them. Make sure you like this video and subscribe too. The more we discuss financial pitfalls, the better prepared we'll all be. Hidden Danger 4. Inconsistent staffing and care quality. When families tour a nursing home, they usually see polished floors, tidy rooms, and staff members who appear welcoming, but one of the biggest dangers, in my view, lies in the inconsistency of care from week to week or even day to day. Staffing issues are rampant in many facilities across the United States, with high turnover rates making it difficult to maintain a stable caregiving environment. One day you might have a caring professional who knows your daily routine, and the next you could be assigned someone entirely new who has no clue about your personal preferences. This inconsistency leads to confusion. Medication times might be off, special dietary needs overlooked, or simply the personal touch might get lost in the shuffle. I recall hearing a story about a neighbor named Doris, who lived in a nursing home where staffing changed frequently. Some days she felt genuinely supported. Other days her call button went unanswered for so long she worried about having an accident before help arrived. Moments like these foster fear, anxiety, and a sense that you're not truly safe. The consequences are serious. Poorly coordinated care can lead to health setbacks, missed medications, and emotional distress. Residents may develop a reluctance to ask for help if they feel they're bothering overstretched staff. This scenario is especially troubling for those with limited mobility or complex medical conditions, as they rely heavily on consistent and attentive care. Over time, inconsistent staffing can breed distrust, leaving residents to wonder if anyone genuinely has their best interests at heart. The warning is to investigate staffing patterns before making a decision. Ask how many residents each caregiver is responsible for, and how the facility handles emergencies when multiple people need help at once. Don't be afraid to request details about staff turnover or the training programs in place to ensure employees understand the unique needs of seniors. Call to action. If you think staffing consistency is crucial, comment 4. Let's see how many of us believe that reliable caregivers can make or break the nursing home experience. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights. Sharing these concerns can help all of us demand. Hidden danger. 5. Risk of emotional or physical neglect. No one wants to imagine their loved one neglected, yet it happens more often than we'd like to admit. While most caregivers are committed and kind, there can be cases where neglect, whether intentional or unintentional, creeps in. This neglect might be emotional, such as staff ignoring a resident's repeated requests for conversation, or physical, like failing to ensure someone is turned regularly in bed to prevent bed sores. Sometimes corners are cut because there just isn't enough time, training, or oversight, and residents who are quiet or shy can slip through the cracks. The problem is magnified if the resident feels they can't speak up. In my experience, many seniors come from a generation that hesitates to complain. They might think they are being a nuisance or fear retribution if they voice their needs. That silence creates a breeding ground for neglect, as staff may assume everything is fine if no one raises a concern. Overworked employees might unintentionally overlook quieter residents, leading to missed meals, missed meds, or simple human contact. Consequences can be dire, from health complications to emotional despair. People who feel unseen or devalued often withdraw even further, developing signs of depression or anxiety. In the worst cases, neglect can escalate into more severe forms of abuse, although that is not always the norm. Regardless, the underlying feeling of being disposable or unimportant can crush a person's spirit, tarnishing what should be a dignified stage of life. The warning is to remain vigilant. Visit at different times of the day to see what really happens when no one's trying to impress a guest. Encourage the resident to speak openly about their daily experiences. Also, keep an eye out for changes in mood or health that might indicate something is off. We are our own best advocates, and the better informed we are, the safer our loved ones will be. Call to action. If you or someone you know has faced neglect or felt invisible in a care facility, comment 6. Sharing these stories can help other families recognize red flags and take action. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Our voices together can spark change. Hidden danger. 6. Lack of meaningful activities and purpose. When people hear nursing home, they often picture bingo nights, craft sessions, and daily exercise classes. While some places excel in offering varied and enriching programs, others may boast about them on paper, but fail to deliver in practice. I once visited a friend in a nursing home that had an extensive calendar of events posted. In reality, many sessions were canceled due to staff shortages, and the ones that did happen felt perfunctory, almost like they were checking a box rather than genuinely engaging residents. This gap between promises and real opportunities can leave seniors feeling bored and undervalued. The problem is that human beings at any age need more than just physical care. We crave purpose, community, and the chance to keep learning or sharing our talents. When a nursing home provides only occasional entertainment without real participation, it's easy for residents to sink into monotony. Imagine how frustrating it is to be excited about a gardening club, only to find out it's been postponed again and again. The hours drag on, and the days blend into each other until there's little to distinguish one from another. This can have a major impact on mental health. People might feel a loss of identity because the activities they once loved are no longer accessible or supported. Over time, this sense of purposelessness can erode self-confidence. I've seen individuals become apathetic, barely looking up from their seats during mealtime, and drifting through the day without any real spark of interest. In a culture that often undervalues the elderly, that isolation within a facility can feel like the final abandonment. The warning is to explore each facility's approach to meaningful engagement. Do they truly adapt activities to the residents' capabilities and interests? Are there opportunities for volunteers or family members to join in, adding fresh energy? A good nursing home should foster not just safety, but also a sense of belonging and continued growth, no matter how old or physically limited you are. Call to action. If you agree that purposeful activities make all the difference, comment 6. And while you're here, please like this video and subscribe so we can keep championing better experiences for older adults everywhere. Let your voice be heard, because community is built one story at a time. Final thoughts, hope and choice. Growing older in the United States can be daunting, especially when decisions about nursing homes loom large. From emotional isolation to hidden fees, from loss of autonomy to a lack of meaningful engagement, each hidden danger I've mentioned can affect not just the resident but their entire family. Yet I want to emphasize that not every nursing home is rife with problems. Some do a wonderful job of nurturing a supportive community. The key is being informed and vigilant. If you or someone you love is weighing this option, ask tough questions, visit unannounced, speak with current residents, and pay attention to details that might reveal whether staff, funding, and programs truly live up to the promises. I've come to learn that the greatest struggle is feeling like your life is no longer in your control. But it doesn't have to be that way. With the right knowledge, you can maintain dignity, keep your spirit alive, and even find new friendships in a nursing home environment. Remember, we have choices. We can voice our needs, compare different facilities, and refuse to settle for less than what we deserve. When we stand firm, we create change not just for ourselves, but for future generations of seniors who will follow in our footsteps. Before we wrap up, here's the single profound lesson I've carried with me through it all. Even when life narrows the walls around you, your hope and resilience can keep expanding as long as you believe in your own worth. Never forget that sense of worth, because it's the cornerstone of a life lived with grace and dignity. Thank you for taking the time to hear my story. If any of these hidden dangers resonated with you, please share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more discussions on navigating the journey of aging with wisdom and courage.